Good morning. So, if you are in business for yourself, if you are an entrepreneur with network marketing, if you are a living human being, you are going to come across moments of your life where other people seem to be succeeding or seeing wins, being recognized, and you may not be in that place. And so I want to talk real quick about what to do when others are in a season of growth or seeing lots of wins and you're not right now. Because again, that is inevitable. With business, you are going to be in the highs and the lows, and it's a beautiful journey. I see a lot of times, specifically with my network marketing company, if people come in and they go really fast and they get a lot of wins, inevitably, they're going to be in a season where they're not getting those wins. Phil Jones, who is an author, he says, most people leave network marketing because they don't feel successful. And that's what I see happening. They're not getting those wins like they had been in the beginning. And then they start to feel unsuccessful. They start to get in their heads. They start to compare. And then eventually that just poisons their business. And so what I see with leaders who are sustainable, with leaders who have strong businesses, and I've been a part of this company for 7 years, and we've had a very strong business with highs and lows. But what I've seen is those people who are very successful, regardless what their rank is, if they are successful, what I see is that they are not riding that emotional roller coaster. So here are my 2 things that I want to recommend for you to be in control of what you can control when other people are maybe in success, maybe they're flying through the ranks, whatever that might be. I want you to be in control of what you can control. And those 2 things are your mindset and your activity. So we're going to start with mindset. What you focus on expands. If you're sitting here and you're looking side to side and you're seeing all these rank up graphics, or you're seeing so-and-so's added, 50 people to their team, and you look at your team ads and it's maybe 1 or 2 and they're from you. What you focus on expands. If you're telling yourself stories of woe is me, I can't get anybody to work, no one wants to come and do this, look at these people, they're flying, they're beautiful, they're blonde, they're, they've got a huge network, they're extroverted, whatever that might be, like, I can't do those things. That's going to happen. Like, what you focus on expands. You're not going to grow. If you're constantly comparing, you're not going to grow. I also want to tell you a quick story. Lindsay Joseph, she is a leader in our company, and I really respected this. She shared something a few weeks ago where she had some pictures of herself, a before and an after, in a bathing suit as well. And she's got 3 kids and she has this rockin' body. Like, she looks amazing. But what she basically said in this reel was, you don't know people's stories, so you can't compare. I had no idea that this mom of 3 with a rockin' body actually had to go and have a surgery to help her with her body. And so I feel like that's a really great reminder of, we have no idea what's going on in these people's stories and these people's businesses. And honestly, that's none of our business. I believe our job is to celebrate wholeheartedly, genuinely celebrate, and then get into activity yourself. If you sit there and you ride that comparison roller coaster, it's going to poison you. It's going to poison your business. So my second thing, outside of the things that you can control, is mindset. My second thing is activity. I actually read this morning. Proverbs 12:11 says, he who works his land will have abundant food, but he who chases fantasies lacks judgment. When I read that, I'm thinking, okay, this person is working, they're diligent, they're being obedient to what they're called to do, and they're going to be blessed with this food, with with rewards to their work. Whereas those who just chases fantasies, who's just hoping things will happen, or who's looking side to side and, telling themselves stories, they're full, like, they lack judgment. And so you have control over the activity that you're doing. If you want to continue to look side to side and you want to continue to wallow in that sadness, that's on you, and your business is going to flop. It's going to poison your mind. It's going to poison your business. It's going to poison relationships all around you. But when you take control over your business and your mind, things start to change. So here are a few suggestions. when you get to that place, even before you get to that place, just do this. Just make this a part of your daily mode of operation. Reach out to people who you think would be amazing at this business. I learned the hard way the other day, after 7 years of doing this, a friend of mine who's been on my mind for a long time to reach out to about the business, but I just never did. I cultivated a relationship with her, and I just kind of felt like, well, I'm cultivating this relationship, and if she wants to do this with me, she'll see my post. She knows I'm a part of Plexus. I've been doing this for 7 years. She would come and ask me to do it with her. That did not happen, but I did get a message from her last week saying, hey, I'm one of those people that watched you silently for a really long time, and I continue to ask myself, what if? Well, I just want you to know that I just went gold, and I've earned 2 Apple Watches already. Thanks for being an inspiration. She's not on my team. And so what I want that to encourage you to do is go and reach out to the people who are on your heart. Because here's the thing, if they're on your heart, they're on your heart for a reason. And if you're telling them that you believe they'd be amazing in this business and that could bless them the way that it's blessed you, the way it's blessed me, the way it's blessed so many people, that's not slimy. Don't be attached to the results. Just share from your heart. If they want to do it, awesome. If they don't, that's totally fine. You still put the bug in their ear. And if it comes to a point where they are ready, you've reached out to them. The next thing is go follow up with people. If you've sent samples, if you've reached out to people, if you've had a conversation with people in the past, don't let it just stop there. Bob Heilig, one of the most foundational podcast training that I listened to when I first started was from a Bob Heilig event. And he said, if you don't want to be that girl, then you can't just message somebody one time, because that's what that girl does. If you actually believe what you're saying about this person, how you think they'd be amazing with this business, or you think these products could really help them, why would you only message them once? So follow up with people. Grow your network. If you're like me and you've been here for 7 years, you probably need to start growing your network. So learn how to do that. Go and find new people. My husband made a really great point. He said, you know what, there may be maybe 1 million customers within Plexus, which is amazing. But how many millions upon millions of people do we have living in just the United States alone? There's such an untapped market that we just haven't set our foot into. And so you go and you start connecting with people, grow your network, build your network. Share on social media. I watched or listened to an Ambition Coalition podcast just yesterday from Rebecca Folks and Melissa Eichenhorst, and they talked about specifically social media. And they said, if you're utilizing social media, but you're not reaching out and following up with people, what you're doing is actually just offering third-party validation for the people who are reaching out and following up. So make sure you're not just doing social media when you're in your activity. Make sure you are doing that 3-part recipe: following up, reaching out, and sharing on social. Train yourself, because when you have more competence, you become more confident. So if you're like not really growing in your recruiting or growing your network well, or you're struggling with duplication or developing leaders, then don't just rely on what you've known. Go and grow your skill set and then get into activity from the things that you're learning. Another thing that you can do if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling overwhelmed or you're feeling like, okay, all these people are moving and I'm not, one of my favorite things, don't stay here, but one of my favorite things is customer care and finding out what my customers are loving. That encourages me, and that is a win, and that helps my mindset, and that helps my beliefs. So go and do that. Start up a customer chat. Do some fun things like March into April Healthy, where you have a checklist of different things like drinking their water, exercising, deep breathing, prayer, meditation, putting their phone up before bed, sleeping 7 to 8 hours. Like, you can do fun little things like that for your chat, like growing your community through your customer care. Something else that you can do is host a team challenge. You are the creator of momentum. John Maxwell talks about in the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, he talks about the law of the Big Mo, and he says that you as a leader are the creator of momentum. And momentum is simply like excitement within your team. So go and create that by doing a what I did today challenge for your team this week. Go, if you don't have a team, go with some power partners, go with some accountability group members, and you guys go and do a challenge yourself. I'm going to send out 5 new messages every day. I'm going to follow up with 5 people. I'm going to drop it in here that I've done those 10 messages, and then reward yourself at the end. I love that. So you're taking control of what you can take control of. You're not just sitting around hoping that Joe Schmo sees your post from 2 weeks ago and says, hey, I want to go and earn a surgeon salary. So I'm going to go with Emily over here, who posted a couple weeks ago about a pink drink, but I've never heard from her. I'm not really seeing a whole lot, but she's my leader. She's who I'm going to go with. Don't do that. Go and get into activity. Go take control over what you can control, so that way what you focus on expands, and what you're focusing on is your activity. You're getting off that overwhelm cycle, and you're getting out of that comparison poison cycle that you're in. I hope this helps you guys. Remember, take control of the things that you can take control of, your mindset and your activity.